something fascinating and honestly a little strange about Japan that a lot of people feel. It's this place with incredible politeness and public harmony. But at the same time, that politeness can feel like this invisible wall, right? It can make a real connection feel like it's just out of reach. So today, we're going to unpack that exact mystery, what I'm calling the Politeness Paradox. And this question, it really gets to the core of it. On one hand, you've got a society with such deep public integrity that if you lose your wallet, chances are you're getting it back, cash and all. But on the other hand, there's this feeling of social distance that makes forming a deep personal friendship feel, well, incredibly difficult. It seems like a total contradiction, but for so many people, it's their everyday reality. Let's just look at the two sides of the coin here. On the left, a society of just impeccable order. We're talking one of the safest places on Earth. But then, on the right, you have a society that's dealing with such a huge loneliness problem that the government actually created a minister of loneliness to try and fix it. So what is going on? How can a single place be so orderly and at the same time so isolating? Okay, let's dive in. To really solve this paradox, we're going to walk through 5 key ideas. First, we'll look at the relationship market, then the difference between assurance and trust. After that, we'll see how language itself creates distance, why that social wall is maybe more necessary than you think, and finally, what the real cost of all this harmony actually is. All right, first up, the relationship market. Let's start with the absolute bedrock, the fundamental factor that kind of shapes all social interactions in Japan. You can think of it as the basic physics of their social world. The one concept you absolutely need to get is this thing called relational mobility. It's a term from social psychology, but it's pretty simple. It basically measures how much freedom you have to choose your relationships. Can you just go out and make new friends easily, join and leave groups whenever you want? Or are your relationships more, fixed? Now, this is so important. In a high mobility society, say like the United States, relationships are kind of like an open market. You're always on the lookout, trying to attract new people, and you can pretty much leave relationships that aren't working out. But Japan, it's one of the lowest relational mobility societies in the world. Here, relationships are much more like a stable village. The main goal isn't to meet new people, it's to keep the peace and avoid any conflict within the group you're already in. Because, leaving just isn't a simple option. So if you're living in this low mobility, stable village world, how do you make sure everyone gets along and cooperates? Well, it leads to a society that runs on a totally different kind of operating system. And what's so cool about this is a distinction that sociologist Toshio Yamagishi made. He splits trust, or shinrai, from assurance, or anshin. See, trust is when you take a chance on a stranger's character. But assurance is different. It's confidence in the system. It's knowing that everyone is watching and that a bad reputation has serious consequences. So in Japan's low mobility world, you don't really need to trust strangers. You rely on the assurance that the system will make them behave. It's simple, really. Trust is about people. Assurance is about the system. And here, the system is king. So here's the big takeaway. That famous safety and order in Japan, the reason your lost wallet comes back, it doesn't really come from some deep personal trust in the goodness of strangers. No, it comes from an incredibly effective system of assurance where everyone knows they're being watched and the price of losing face or getting a bad reputation is just way too high. And this old Japanese proverb just nails the default mindset. It doesn't mean people are actually paranoid. It just reflects the logic of a system built on assurance. You don't have to judge someone's character if you just assume the system is what keeps them in line, not their individual goodness. The default is just caution. So how is this system of caution and distance actually maintained in day-to-day life? Well, it's literally coded directly into the Japanese language. First, you have to get your head around this concept of Uchi-Soto, which means inside-outside. And this isn't just a casual thing, it's a core organizing principle of the whole society. In every single interaction, you have to instantly figure out, are you Uchi, part of my inner circle, or are you Soto, an outsider? And the main tool for enforcing this boundary is the complex system of polite and honorific language called Keigo. We're often taught that Keigo is just about being respectful, but it's deeper, and maybe more important, function is to act as a kind of social firewall, managing and maintaining that distance. And this is the part that feels so backwards to many of us. The more polite and formal the language someone is using with you, the more clearly they are signaling that you are an outsider, that you are Soto. That super careful politeness isn't an invitation to get closer. It's actually a declaration of the distance between you. And it's a way to keep it that way. It's like saying, I see you, I respect you, now please stay over there.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. A society built on being watched, using language as a firewall. It all sounds a bit cold, doesn't it? Which brings up a really important question. Why on earth is this polite wall so necessary?
I mean, is the whole point just to be distant and unwelcoming? Is it a system designed purely to keep people out? It's really easy to see it that way from the outside, but the real reason is, well, it's not what you think. It's actually the complete opposite. This whole elaborate system of politeness, it's not a form of coldness at all. It's a highly sophisticated survival strategy. In a way, it's the ultimate form of consideration in a super crowded, dense environment. Just think about it for a second. In that low mobility village, you can't just up and leave your neighbors or your coworkers if you have a disagreement. Conflict is incredibly expensive. So this polite wall, it's a risk management tool. It minimizes social friction. It stops tiny arguments from blowing up, and it lets millions of people live packed together without constant fighting. It's a brilliant, unspoken agreement to give each other space. But, and there's always a but, isn't there? This perfectly running system of social harmony, it comes at a price. And that brings us right back to the paradox we started with, that deep, widespread feeling of loneliness. You know, it's interesting. Researchers have actually put a name to this. They call it the Loneliness Paradox. And it's this totally counterintuitive idea that loneliness is often higher in cultures with these super restrictive, tight-knit social norms. The very systems that are designed to keep society stable can also be the thing that prevents people from forming those deep personal connections they need. And this quote just says it all. The loneliness that so many people feel in Japan isn't a sign that the society is broken. Actually, it's a sign that the system is working exactly the way it was designed to. It's the unavoidable side effect. It's the price you pay for achieving an almost perfect level of public order and social harmony. And that leaves us with one final big thought. The Japanese model is a masterclass in how to minimize social conflict, but it really shines a light on this fundamental trade-off that every single culture has to make. In that delicate balance between the group and the individual, what's the right price to pay for peace? What do you gain, and what do you end up losing?